Sitting down with us and talking with us this morning, Managing Director of DLG Wealth Management, Andy Guzzetti, is here with us. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Again, always good to be here, Stephanie.
And today we're focusing on risk. You know, without risk, there's little times reward and vice versa. So let's talk about risk.
Well, the big thing about risk is there's more than one type of risk. Most investors that look at an investment, the main risk they're looking at and worried about is principal risk or capital risk. The money I put into this investment, whether it's $10,000, $100,000, what's the chance of me losing some of this or all of this principal? And that's called capital or principal risk.
And that's something that a lot of people need to be concerned about.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the only problem with that is some people forget to look at other types of risk. For instance, interest rate risk. If you invest in a CD, a 5-year CD, and you're getting 2%, and interest rates go up dramatically over that 5-year period of time, that's interest rate risk. You're now locked into an investment at 2% when you could be getting more, so you have to worry about interest rate risk. Sure. And then you've got inflation risk or purchasing power risk. You know, at the end of the term of this investment, have I kept up with inflation? Has the return on this investment kept up with inflation and allowed me to keep or surpass my purchasing power, which we're trying to do? So you have to worry about inflation risk. I mean, there's other risks. There's liquidity risk. Can I get out of this investment at any time? Or if I do, if I have to get out in an emergency, is it going to cost me a lot to get out of this, penalized for this? So those are the types of risks. But what we tell people is know your principal risks, of course, but take into considerations these other types of risks.
Because it could end up costing you a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And especially when you're talking about the purchasing power risk, you're talking about retirees.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big thing for retirees to be able to keep up their purchasing power. So in their days of retirement, their years of retirement, they're able to maintain their purchasing power and their lifestyle.
Because we have to remember that there's always inflation. Things are always going up in cost.
We hope there's always inflation.
Right.
At least a little bit.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us today and talking risk.
Thank you very much.
And now here's where you come in. If you've got money questions, send them us an email.